Alright guys, so this video should be able to help you guys out with assignment that's labeled AMI Day number 4. Alright, this is the one on edge elastic. It's over scientific notation. I'm going to do questions 1, 2, 3, and 4. So hopefully after I do those 4, you should be able to know what's going on. So number 1 says write the value of 0.07 in scientific notation. Okay. Well, remember your decimal has to go behind your very first non-zero number. So your decimal needs to go right here. Okay, right behind your very first non-zero number. Non-zero meaning not zero. So what would my answer be? Well, if I go back 1 space, 2 spaces, okay, I'm going to have 7 times 10 to the negative 2 power, because I went backwards. I went back 2. And, well, that's it. That's how you answer number 1. All right, so number 2. Number 2 says divide. Okay, so we got a division 1. We got 4.8 times 10 to the power of 10 divided by 2 times 10 to the power of, well, 2. Okay. For some of you, hopefully y'all remember the laws of exponents. If we have the same base, we can take their exponents and we can subtract them because it's division. So let's go ahead and take care of that part. We know that we're going to have at least times 10 to the power of 8 because 10 minus 2 is 8. Now we just need to do a little bit of side work. Do a little bit of side work over here. And we need to do 4.8 divided by 2. Well, you'll probably hear one of my dogs in the background. Just ignore. So we got 4.8 divided by 2. So just ignore the decimal and just do 2 goes into 48 how many times? Well, it comes out to be 24 times. Now, how many decimal places was the top number? It was just 1 decimal place. So that means your answer is going to have a 1 decimal place. So the answer is 2.4. So we have 2.4 times 10 to the 8th. And my decimal, located right here, is in fact behind the very first non-zero number. So it's in the correct spot, so that's good to go. So this is in fact my final answer for number 2. All right, so let's look at number 3. This is a fun one. It says multiply. So we got to multiply these ones together. We have 3 times 10 to the power of 8 multiplied by 1.3 times 10 to the power of 3. Now, this one isn't too terrible. Okay, if you remember from the laws of exponents, if you have the same base, you can take their exponents, and if it's multiplication here, you can go ahead and add their exponents. So we know that my answer is going to have at least a times 10 to the power of 11, because 8 plus 3 is 11. Okay, so now we just need to do a little bit of side work. Just remember, we don't use calculators. Hopefully at home you're not using a calculator. We need to do 1.3 times 3. All right, so 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 1 is 3. This number on top had 1 decimal place. This one had 0. So that means that our final answer will have a total of 1 decimal place. Okay, so that means the number that goes out front is 3.9. Now, is that decimal in the right spot? Well, let's double check. The decimal right here, is it behind the very first non-zero number? Meaning not 0? Yes, it is. So, good to go. So this is the final answer for number 3. All right, so moving along, do number 4, and it'll be a done deal. So number 4 says write the value of 1.23 times 10 to the fourth in standard decimal form. All that means is just write it in standard notation, y'all. It's not too terrible. So if I have 1.23, how far do I need to move my decimal? Well, I need to move it 4 spaces, and I need to move it to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember, every little divot is supposed to have a 0 in it. And now my decimal is all the way back here. So that means the decimal up here is now gone, and it's now all the way in the back. So my final answer is 12300, which is 12,300. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below or on Google Classroom, whichever, doesn't really matter. Just let me know what you're struggling with. I'll try to help you out. Anyways, hope you all staying safe, washing your hands, and enjoying Fortnite.